Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to be installing our eBay wing on our 240SX project car S13 Hatch. You can see we got the S15 front end on this car, right hand drive swap. It's got Z32 brakes front and rear. It's got dual caliper brakes on the rear, JDM SR20 underneath the hood, HKS intake, HKS blow up valve, ready front mount intercooler. All the basic upgrades you would find on a 240SX with an SR20 has probably been done to this car. As you can see here, we've done a lot to this project car over the years. Putting a wing on it is one thing I've never done, so we're gonna do that today. So let's check out this drift wing, see how hard it is to put on this car. Pretty sure you got this. Let's do it in the garage right now. Let's go. Shiny, dude. That's like a mirror, bro. Dang. Take a look at our brackets. Closer look. We've got some hardware with locking nuts and Allen bolts. Oh, that's pretty lightweight. I mean, this is a plus. We've got some insulating material here for adjustment before we tighten everything up. We've got our insulating foam here to help protect our car from the bracket and scratching it too bad. And some more of the hardware with our Allen key and locking bolts to hopefully it doesn't rattle loose. Let's take a peek at the main body of our wing. Something's gonna tell me it's gonna be nice and shiny, just like the end caps. Oh, look at that. Well, the paint on this is well done. Very gloss. We've got some different mounting points here for some different options of width. And that looks pretty sick, dude. Nice little line that runs up. I don't even think you might even not need the end caps, honestly. Flares up a little bit. This is very lightweight. It's hollow. All right, guys, so next thing we have to do is mock up our bracket on the back of our wing here. We'll need a couple tools to do this. That comes with this 4mm Allen that we can use to tighten all of our bolts up with. Also got one with the T-handle, just makes it that much more easier. Check the links in the description for a little product like this. And then we just need a 10mm wrench to tighten everything up as well. This is what we'll use to tighten the nuts. And we'll take a look at the hardware here. So this is the hardware that we're gonna be using to mount onto our wing here. And kind of depending on the application, we've got some different spots where we can mount it. We're just gonna go in the middle on both of those. So in this kit, it comes with these little bolts with the 4mm Allen heads. And there's two different sizes. We've got a longer size and a shorter size. We're gonna be using the shorter bolts to mount the bracket to the wing. This is where the T-handle really comes in and makes putting Allen in a lot easier. And same to the other side. And you'll just repeat this process on the other bracket, which we already have mocked up on this one. And then the next we need to look at is these brackets right here. You need to go ahead and disassemble them. It's got 4 washers, 2 nuts, and 2 longer bolts, along with our mounting plates. All right, then we're gonna mount this up to the car. This is gonna go to the back of the vehicle. Because this one we're gonna need to fill this gap because we're trying to make it as thick as this mounting bracket. So we're gonna use the washers to help us do that. So washers on the inside and to the back. You guys see that? Now I'll take my nut, I'll just get it on there hand tight to help hold everything into place. And we're not gonna go all the way tight, we're just gonna wind it in. All right guys, when we go to assemble this here, we're gonna slide our bracket in, then our washer. And we'll go through the T where we mount. All right, then we're gonna slide our other washer in and our mounting plate. And this is gonna help us fill the gap and meet up with our bracket right here. All right guys, so you can see right here, we've got our mounting tee and then our 2 spacer washers going in there and then our mounting bracket. That into place, you can see that it's the perfect space for our mounting bracket since we put the washers on the bottom. So for this one, I'll put a washer on first. Go through the hole, put a washer on this side. And run it into place. Do the same thing on the back. Washer bracket. All right guys, so as you can see, this side's loose, so we can adjust how this wing's gonna tilt, how we can have it set. So we don't need to worry about tightening this to the end and see how we want it to deflect on the rear. Yo guys, all right, so we got this thing assembled. That's like the easy part. Next we have to do is mount it on the car, and mounting on the car, we gotta drill some holes, and we only wanna drill once, so what do we gotta do? Measure twice. So what I'm going to do is find the center of this wing right here. I wanna find out where the exact center of it is. So I'm gonna measure from this point right here to the same point on the other side, and we have 45.5. So it's about 22 3/4. So we'll just go right here from our one stay on this side of the wing here, and then 22 3/4 right here. This is tricky because this thing's curved, so we want to keep it as straight as possible. All right, so I'm going to take some masking tape, and we're going to help us mark the center of this thing. I'm just going to put this tape here, and we're going to actually use this tape to mark. So we're going to bust out all kinds of tools for this. All right, that's close enough to the center of our wing. Let's go back to the back of the car and basically do the same thing. Some masking tape, tape measure, and of course, Sharpie. So let's check this thing out. All right, so we're just gonna pull a measurement, and then everything is rounded, so it's really hard. So we're just gonna come close to this edge here, and then on the other side, we're gonna end it close to this edge, and we're just a little over 45.5. So we're gonna take our masking tape, and we're just gonna put a line of masking tape all the way across at roughly the halfway mark. I'm gonna go down past over the 3rd brake light on this hatch, and I'll show you why in just a second. We go over to our 3rd brake light. We know that this is in the middle of the hatch. Nissan put it there for us on this car. So it's just a vantage point that we know we can do it. So this thing is about 13 inches long. So we need 6.5. And it looks like it's lining up nicely. We'll go grab our straight edge. And we lay our straight edge out, and it lines up very nicely. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark. We double check our line here. All right, so there's the halfway part on our hatch. We've got it marked off. Now what we want to do is line up the wing center mark with this. And that'll get us where this needs to sit on the hatch that way. And now we just need to figure out where it needs to sit on the hatch front to back. All right, so if we go off our center line there, I kind of made a rough mark on where that bolt was sitting, where it needs to sit. So we're probably at about 11. So I'm gonna mark 11 inches right there. This, and that's about 5 inches. So we go up here 5 inches. should be there. And if it's 11, should be right. There. All right, guys, we got the hatch popped open. I'm just gonna peek my head. We've got everything marked right here. I just wanna make sure we're not gonna go through any major components, any wiring harness. And that we're gonna be able to get to the back side of these bolts because we're gonna have to, you know, bolt it into place. We wanna make sure we have access. We're good, yeah. Luckily on the 240SX, it's like very user-friendly for modifications and stuff like this. There's not a lot of components and panels to take off. It's very modifier-friendly. Some other cars might have some more stuff back there and it might be hard to access the underneath of it to get the bolts on, but we're good to go on this one, so wish me luck. I'm about to drill my hatch. We're gonna get the wing and put it in and kind of see what that looks like. Oh, this is it. This is it. Did we do it or do we need to start all over again? We did it. Now we just need to bolt it in place and tighten everything up. One thing that I saw that was going to be an issue with this when I bought it and we looked at the hardware is there's no washers for the underside of these bolts that we're about to do that. So it's just going to be holding on by the nut, which I don't think is acceptable. So I'm going to get some washers and we're going to put washers on to kind of go open up the surface area that the clamping force that this is going to clamp to on the other side. Stop it from pulling anything and destroying our bolt holes. Well, there's one of those washers I was talking about. It just helps spread out the clamping force so it's not just right there. We spread it across the sheet metal a little bit. And we got everything bolted up. And now we can remove this tape. We gotta install our side, but that's what she's looking like. Like a true respectable drift car now. Look at that. All right, guys, we're down to our last piece. We're gonna have this install complete. It's really not that bad. The worst part is you have to drill in your car, but measure, you'll get there. I think we got it. Come on, let's go check this thing out. All right, I'm just gonna slap this thing on. We've got our bolts here. There, we'll do one final bolt check, but install is complete. Really, actually, really simple. We got links in the description for this wing and other products I use on this car. Make sure you go check that out. Any tools you might need. All we really needed was this a 4mm Allen and a 5mm Allen, and then the drill bit 10mm wrench. And I did bust out the 10mm socket to tighten everything up quicker. Let's take a look. So we got the 240, the wing's all done. Got it all installed, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You watch this video, I don't think you have any issues installing that. Got links in the description for that wing and other products that we use on this car. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can join me on the builds that we have going on this channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.